Shanti, 19th June 2023, Baapdada Sakar Murli. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, put a bead in your mouth, that is, stabilize in your original religion of peace, and Maya will not be able to do anything. Question. Only one Shiv Baba is the innocent Lord. Why can no one else be an innocent Lord? Answer. Because only Shiv Baba has no desire for himself. He comes and becomes the children's server. He liberates you children from the slavery of Maya. He makes every child a master ocean of knowledge similar to himself. He fills your aprons with jewels of knowledge. No one else can be as altruistic a server as him. This is why only one Shiv Baba is called the Innocent Lord. Song. No one is unique like the Innocent Lord. Om Shanti. The praises sung of those who existed on the path of devotion. They were like this. It is said of all those who are here now. They are like this. However, for those who have left their bodies, you would say they were like this. Devotees definitely sing the praise of the Supreme Father. Otherwise, why is the praise sung? He is here now practically. The God of all the devotees is one. He is called the magician who protects the devotees and grants them salvation. It is remembered that He is the bestower of salvation for all. Everyone receives salvation now. Human beings of all the variety of religions that are number-wise will definitely receive liberation and salvation. All human beings definitely go to the land of liberation. They will then come down number-wise in their Sato Pradhan stage. The deities will come first, then the warriors and then the merchants. They will definitely change clans. Praise is sung of those who perform good actions when they existed. Such praise only lasts for a temporary period because you children know that destruction is standing ahead. Those who came at the beginning receive the maximum praise. On the path of devotion, it is the worship of Shiv Baba that begins first. Because of his being here now, he is later praised and worshipped on the path of devotion. There is no devotion in the golden age. They don't even know what existed before them or that the silver age comes after the golden age. You have to use your intellects in this. The path of devotion begins with the copper age. The intelligent children who have memorized knowledge can understand it very clearly. However, they are all parrots. Some of them are able to memorize this knowledge very well, whereas others do not understand anything. They are like pigeons. A parrot can be taught to repeat something. Pigeons cannot learn anything. There are pigeons at Amarnath. Pigeons simply carry messages. A parrot repeats whatever it hears. Pigeons are unable to repeat anything. Here, too, those who are unable to repeat what they have heard are called pigeons. According to the present time, there are human parrots as well as human pigeons. Whatever people say at this time, it is all useless. The father is Roop Basant. Baba has explained that he doesn't have a large form. If anyone asks what Shiv Baba's form is, you should explain that Shiv Baba's form is the same as the form of souls. As is the Father, so his children. Souls are not smaller or larger than the Father. He is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. He is the one who explains to us. His name is the Innocent Lord. He is a very innocent Lord. He has no desires for himself, not even for a shell. You children have the faith that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, has explained to us through this body. A soul cannot speak without organs. The Father himself sits here and explains. People even say that God comes, there is his Nandigan. chariot of a bull that is worshipped. They have shown a bull, but that couldn't be an animal. It is not that he would jump onto the bull. They speak of Bhagirath, the lucky chariot, but no one knows how the purifier comes. He must have surely come to transform hell into heaven. This is why he is praised. It is Shiv Baba who is worshipped first. In fact, the number one and true praise belongs to him. Now, they even praise cats and dogs and everything else. They create a Nandi gun. They go around with a bull. Shiv Baba now enters this Nandi gun and gives you knowledge. He is giving you the milk of knowledge. His praise is great. God is the innocent Lord, the one who fills everyone's apron. They do not say in front of Shiva, fill our aprons, because they understand that he is incorporeal. They take their aprons in front of Shankar for him to fill them. They do not go to Vishnu or Brahma. They go to Shankar because they have combined Shiva with Shankar. They think that Shiva is a form of Shankar. Those who perform worship don't know the occupation of the ones they worship, because even the first one who becomes a worshipper does not know. This is known as becoming worthy of worship deities and then becoming worshippers. You now understand that we were worthy of worship deities and that we were the ones who then became worshippers. Shiva is the resident of the supreme region, but he is shown in the temples. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar, the residents of the subtle region, also have parts because they definitely do come. Shiva also has to come, but Shankar has no need to come here. They even name streets Trimurti Marg. They also make stamps of the Trimurti, but they show a lion in that. They have written underneath, victory for truth. This is accurate. However, they do not show any name or trace of Shiva. Victory for truth should not be written under an animal. Only the one Father is the truth. The one who relates the true story makes us victorious. He explains everything very clearly. You are becoming master knowledgeful. If all the Murlis were kept from the time you started hearing this knowledge, they would fill a whole building. You must have used so much paper and you will have to use a great deal more. The Murlis will definitely go to the children. Many copies will be made. The tree continues to grow. You children understand that many storms of Maya will come. Keep a bead in your mouth and Maya will not then be able to do anything. It is very easy to remember Baba. I'm a soul. I, the soul, say, my original religion is peace. We are all foreigners who come to this land of Maya. There is a song, O resident of the faraway land, all souls are residents of the faraway land. You have come to know that you are now definitely in a foreign land. You come from a very far away land, which is called the incorporeal world. There are many people in the world. You understand that you are all foreigners. Devotees on the path of devotion remember God. Devotees want God to come. What will He do when He does come? You children understand that Baba comes from the supreme abode. He says, I have to transform this impure iron-aged world into a pure world of heaven. It is not a human being who is teaching you. A human being can neither bring salvation to himself nor grant salvation to others. The play is now coming to an end. At the end, all the actors have to be present. This is also mentioned in the Gita, except that instead of Shiv Baba, they have written God Shri Krishna speaks. Shri Krishna is the first prince. People think that it was he who taught Raj Yoga. However, you now understand that it is the innocent Lord who teaches you Raj Yoga and that he has come. The knowledgeful Father is called the innocent Lord. People have made allegations against Sri Krishna. In fact, they are not made against Sri Krishna but against the Father. Previously, no allegations were made against this Dada. It was only after the father came and allegations were made. While he was moving along, the traveler entered him, and just look how many allegations have been made since then. All of those dances and games, etc., are the games of that one. He is the one who entertains the children. You children understand that you have found Baba and that you are filling your aprons with jewels. Knowledge of the scriptures cannot be called jewels. These jewels are knowledge. Each jewel is worth hundreds of thousands of rupees. At this time, all human beings continue to throw stones at one another and have thereby become those with the stone intellects. The Father comes and changes your stone intellects into divine intellects. He transformed Kabristan, the graveyard, into Paristan, the land of angels. Death repeatedly comes here and buries people in the graveyard. This does not happen there. Just as the snake sheds its old skin and takes a new one, in the same way, souls shed their old bodies and take new ones. Baba gives this example here. Sannyasis then use it for their own purpose. They believe that a bubble merges into the ocean. Some say that a light merges into the light. There are many opinions. You now receive one direction that you have to follow. Baba says, you have been calling out to me for birth after birth, but I only come once. You called out a great deal, saying, I am your slave. The Father comes and frees you from slavery. You became Maya's slaves. The Father comes and liberates you from that. You know that you have done a great deal of devotion. The Father has now come to give you the fruit of your devotion. The part of devotion is now over. There is this knowledge, devotion, and then disinterest. There are two types of disinterest. The disinterest that the sannyasis have is it to leave their homes and families. The disinterest that you have is in the entire old world. You children know that all of this is going to be burned away. Nothing will remain. The wealth of some will remain buried and robbers, etc. will come to loot it at that time. When an aeroplane crashes or there is a fire, looters go there. Those who live around there also loot it. They have enough time before the police arrive. Destruction will definitely take place. The world is so large. You understand that America, etc., still has the pomp of happiness because the Christians came later on. Their parts of happiness exist now. They have so much courage. They travel to the moon and the stars. They do not go to the sun because they know that it will burn them. They try to go to the moon and the stars to acquire land because they have heard the expression sun dynasty and moon dynasty. They think that there is perhaps a world there. The Japanese call themselves those who belong to the sun dynasty. Some call themselves one thing and others call themselves something else. You now understand that Bharat was definitely the Sun dynasty and the Moon dynasty. There can be no land more elevated than this one was. This drama is predestined. There is no question of changing anything in this. This is something that has to be understood. When your children sit in silence, you should always sit in the consciousness of your original religion. You have to remember the Father. You do not have to go to a forest for peace. You can explain to whoever comes. Peace is the necklace around your neck. So where are you searching for it? This soul says, my original religion is peace. Then, when I enter a body here, I talk. A play cannot be performed in silence. Previously, bioscopes, films used to be silent. Everything in the subtle region is also a movie. No sound emerges. At that time, whatever they trans messengers understood a cycle ago, they come and relate that. It is not a new thing. This whole drama makers danced through 84 births. This drama is eternal. Everyone adopts bodies to play their own parts. Sweetest children, Shiv Baba is saying this. He speaks to you souls and says, remember me alone. This Brahma doesn't say, remember me alone. These are such deep matters. This one says, I also have to remember that one. I am the Brahmaputra river. A meeting takes place between the Brahmaputra river and the ocean. There is no meeting between the Saraswati river and the ocean. Only one meeting takes place. A huge mela takes place in Calcutta at the confluence of the Brahmaputra river and the ocean. There is one Brahmaputra and the meeting only takes place once. This meeting also takes place here. If there were no ocean, it would not be called a mela. Wherever Mamma goes, a meeting of the rivers takes place. This meeting takes place between the ocean and the Brahmaputra river. You can understand this for yourself. If you are able to churn the ocean of knowledge, then just think about how this ocean is living and how that one is non living. All the rivers have emerged from the ocean. This is the auspicious meeting. The Father says again and again, remember me alone. You children also tell others, remember the Father. You cannot say, children, remember me alone. Baba can say through this one, children, remember me alone. You are sitting here in person. You say, Shiv Baba says, remember me, tell everyone. Remember the Father and your final thoughts will lead you to your destination. Death has to come to everyone. Just look at what is happening now. America is so large. This Bombay will not remain afterwards. Very few will remain. There are now millions to go on. There will be very few in the beginning. Later, others will continue to come. It has been explained to you, children, that Maya is very powerful. She will prevent you from having remembrance and will continue to create obstacles. She will turn your faces away from Baba. However, you have to make full effort and become a strong Mahavir. You should have such yoga that Maya can never shake you. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Baapdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Spiritual children in return to the spiritual father says good morning, Namaste, Namaste, Namaste. Thank you so much, Baba. Essence for Dharana. Point number 1. Stabilize yourself in your original religion of peace. In order to be saved from Maya, keep a bead in your mouth. Point number 2. Have unlimited disinterest in the old world. Before destruction takes place, use everything you have in a worthwhile way. Blessing. May you have an elevated fortune and fly with your wings of zeal and enthusiasm on the basis of your courage. No matter explanation to this, no matter what happens at any time. Never let go of your courage. When you see the weaknesses of others, do not become disheartened. Never have such thought as perhaps the same will happen to me. The stage of fortunate souls can never be influenced or attracted by others and thereby come down, because they constantly fly with zeal and enthusiasm and remain safe. Those who think of the past or of their weaknesses or look back are in fact invoking Ravan. Slogan. To give regard to each one's advice is to receive regard. Those who give others regard can never insult them. To give regard to each one's advice is to receive regard. Those who give others regard can never insult them. Acha. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.